Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is part 4 of our series of frequently asked JavaScript interview questions. So let's begin. First question in our video is what is difference between map and for each. So both of these are array methods. So difference, how there are three difference basically. So first difference which you can say is map method is used to transform the elements of the array, whereas for each they are used to for each is used to loop through the each element of the array. So in map you're doing transformation on the element, but whereas in for each you are basically looping through the element and performing some action, like some functionality is happening in your callback function, whereas in map there is actual transformation of the element. Okay, now second difference you can mention about map and for each is map returns a new array. So whenever any transformation is happening, so all the transformation would have happened on the element and it is going to return as the new array with the same length of the original array, whereas in for each we don't get any new array, no new array is returned in for each. And third point which you can mention is chaining is possible in map. So what do we mean by chaining? By chaining we mean that suppose we are writing any map function like dot map we have written, okay, on some array. We have let me show you completely, like array dot map we have written some array. In this we are having the some condition like a divisible by 2 or something like that. Okay, then after this we can also write filter. Like once we have done all the transformation, then we can write filter, and in filter we can again check that these values should be, after transformation they should be greater than 10. So this chaining can be done with map, but with for each we cannot do that chaining. That chaining is not possible with for each. Okay, now let's see the next question. What is difference between for in and for off? So these are the looping techniques, right? For in, for off. So these are basically looping techniques in object or array, depends. So in for in iteration, it should be for, let me just correct it. There is a typo. This is F. For in iterates over the enumerable property keys of an object. So here for in is basically useful for looping over the keys of the object, whereas for off is used to iterate over the values of iterable object. Now let me tell you the difference. So iterable object can be array or string or node list. So they are both useful for iteration. Let me show you by code example, like what is the difference between this. I will show you with the code example. Let me type everything together and then I'll continue on the explanation, because I don't want to waste anyone's time in typing and then explaining. So give me a 1 second. Let me just type everything real quick and then I'll explain. Yeah, let's discuss now with code snippet what is difference between for in and for off. So for in, it iterates over the enumerable property keys of object. So this is for sure that it is going to loop over the object enumerable keys of the object. So example, if you see, this is an object with A1, B2 and C3. So we are writing a loop for const key in object, and this key is basically these keys A, B and C. So it is going to loop over the object. For in is mostly useful in object only. So if you write console.log of key, then what answers will you get? You will get A, you will get B and you will get C. But in case you want to access the value, then how will you use the values? If you want 1, then how would you use it? You will have to make use of object of excuse me for my bad handwriting, object of A. A is nothing but our key. Object of A is what? Object of A is 1, right? So this is how, if you want value, you will have to make use of this object of key. So this is about for in. Next we will see what is for off. So for off, it iterates over the values of iterable object. And iterable object can be anything. It can be array, it can be strings, it can be map, it can be set, or anything. But foreign is for object. Here it can be anything: array, string, set, map, like that. So let us see the example. This is our array. We are making use of for const value of array. So whenever we are having the array, we make use of keyword, for of. Here in object it was for in, here it is for of. Then when you have to, like when you're writing console.log, any logic you can write here. I've just written console. So answer would be what? It would be values like 1, 2, 1 comma 2 comma 3. This is for of with the array. Then we have for of with str. So it is same, everything is same here. Again you will get you're writing for loop const char of str. So one by one it is going to loop over every character of our string. And in console you will get in strings, individual strings, h, and then you will get again comma, you will get again e, like this, h e l l o. Okay, so I hope you have understood how we will get. Then we will get L, L, O. This is how foreign and for of works. So foreign, one thing you can make like understand is foreign is useful with object. You can also use it with arrays, but originally it was made to be used with object only, so that we are able to loop over the enumerable property keys of object. But with for of, it can be any iterable values like array, object, array, string, map, set. Now let's go back to our PPT. We will see the next question now. Next question is, what is difference between find versus find index? So find versus find index, they are again array methods. So find versus find index, we will see the difference. Find, it returns the first element of the array that passes the specified condition. So if you're writing in an array, you're trying to find any element, then it is going to give the uh, first element, whichever is satisfying this condition, that first element will be given to you. So that element will be given to you. Okay, but with find index you will get the index of that element. So it returns the index of first element of an array that passes a specified condition. So find will give you the element, find index will give you the index of that element, and first index or first element, that you have to keep in mind. Let's see the next question. What is difference between pure and impure functions? So pure and impure functions difference is, first, pure functions, they are functions which will return same output for same argument passed to the function. So if we are having any function and we are passing the same argument again and again, then we are supposed to get the same result. That are pure functions. So they will not have any side effects. Pure functions don't have any side effects, and they do not modify anything non-local state, anything to the non-local state. That are pure functions. Then impure functions are which will return inconsistent output for the same argument passed to the function. So result might change, keep changing. They have side effects, and they will modify our non-local state. So these 3 points you have to keep in mind. This is the definition, that when you pass the same argument you get the same result, that is pure. When you pass the same argument you get different result, that is impure. Then second point you can mention is, the pure functions do not have side effect, whereas impure functions have side effect. Third point you can mention is, pure functions, they do not modify any non-local state, but whereas impure functions, they will modify the non-local state. Okay, now let us see the next question. What is difference between call, apply, and bind? So call, apply, and bind, as definition says, call method will invoke the function immediately with the given this value and allow us to pass the argument one by one with comma separation. Apply, this invokes the function immediately with the given value, but argument we will pass it in array format. And bind, this will return a new function with the given this value and argument, which can be invoked later on. This is not immediate. Bind is not immediate, but whereas call and apply are immediate. Difference between call and apply is, in apply arguments will go as array. In call everything will go in comma separated, and bind we will have a new function that we can invoke later. So this code snippet, maybe I can show it to you in the next video, because we have already passed 10 minutes. So let's see the code snippet for this question in next video.